The Verizon Device Not Eligible error appears when a device isn't recognized or approved for use on Verizon's network. This is primarily due to Verizon's IMEI verification system. In 2026, this system utilizes AI to check if a device meets Verizon's standards. This check is mainly for compatibility with Verizon's network technology, CDMA, L5T, FCC certification, and proprietary network requirements. If your device doesn't meet these requirements, the error will appear. This is in place to prevent network congestion, ensure security, and maintain device interoperability. Several key factors determine device eligibility on Verizon's network. First, your device's International Mobile Equipment Identity, or IMEI number, must be on Verizon's whitelist of approved devices. This whitelist ensures the device meets FCC certification and Verizon's network standards. Second, the device must support Verizon's specific network bands. For LTE, this includes band 13, and for 5G, bands N71, N260, and N261. Incompatible bands cause errors, particularly in rural areas where 5G C-band is prioritized. Lastly, since Verizon's push for eSIM technology in 2025, software verification is crucial. Your device's operating system needs to support Verizon's eSIM profiles for proper activation. The device not eligible error is more common on prepaid or discounted plans compared to postpaid plans. Verizon enforces stricter device eligibility checks on prepaid plans to comply with subsidy rules, which help keep costs down for these advance payment options. Prepaid plans require payment upfront and often come with device subsidies to make them more affordable. To prevent abuse of these subsidies, Verizon applies rigorous checks that can flag devices as ineligible, even if they work fine on other networks or plans. In contrast, postpaid plans bill you at the end of each month and typically offer more flexible device eligibility, especially on unlimited data plans. These plans have less restrictive checks because they don't rely as heavily on subsidies, allowing a wider range of compatible devices. This means a device that works perfectly on a postpaid plan might still trigger the device not eligible error when trying to use it on a prepaid plan. The stricter subsidy rules on prepaid options are designed to ensure only fully compatible devices are subsidized. When you encounter the device not eligible error on Verizon, begin troubleshooting by checking your device's IMEI number. The IMEI is a unique identifier that Verizon uses to verify device compatibility with their network. To find your IMEI number, you can dial #06 on your phone's keypad or go to your device settings, select About Phone, and look for the IMEI or MEID number. This unique 15-digit code identifies your specific device to carriers. Once you have your IMEI, visit Verizon's official website and use their online device eligibility checker. Enter your IMEI number in the tool to confirm if your device is approved for Verizon's network. This check verifies compatibility with Verizon's spectrum bands and eSIM requirements. Next, check that your device's firmware is current. Verizon requires specific software versions for proper network integration, especially for 5G and eSIM support. Go to your phone's settings, select System or About Phone, and check for available software updates. Install any pending updates to ensure compatibility. If your IMEI is flagged as ineligible despite being current, or if firmware updates don't resolve the issue, contact Verizon's customer support. Use their live chat on the website, call customer service, or visit a Verizon store. Support can provide device-specific solutions, such as firmware patches or eligible device alternatives. Verizon has made recent strides in addressing the device not eligible error. In late 2025, they enhanced their IMEI verification system using AI, improving accuracy and reducing false positives from about 22% to around 18%. The AI system uses advanced algorithms to check devices more accurately, ensuring only truly incompatible devices are flagged. Verizon has partnered with major OEMs like Samsung to expand eligible device lists. This ensures newer models like the Samsung Galaxy S24 series are fully compatible with Verizon's network. Partnerships with Google help ensure Pixel devices work seamlessly with Verizon's 5G ultra-wideband and mmWave networks. Collaborations with Apple have made the iPhone 16 and newer models eligible, resolving many activation issues through firmware updates and eSIM support. Overall, these AI enhancements and partnerships represent significant progress in reducing the device not eligible error and improving user experience. Several notable examples illustrate the device not eligible error in real world scenarios. These cases highlight how the issue affects different user groups and device types. First, many iPhone users experienced activation problems on Verizon prepaid plans between 2024 and 2026. The issue often occurred with iPhone 14 and 15 models due to eSIM compatibility requirements on prepaid plans. Second, consumers purchasing unlocked Samsung Galaxy S23 series phones from retailers sometimes encountered the error. This was caused by missing Verizon-specific 5G certifications on these devices. Verizon issued a software update in early 2025 that resolved most cases. Third, international travelers importing devices like Google Pixel 8 phones from Europe faced the error due to Verizon's stricter import verification processes. These cases required contacting Verizon support for IMEI registration to enable device compatibility. Experts in the telecommunications industry emphasize that device eligibility checks are necessary to maintain network stability and protect Verizon's investments in advanced technologies like 5G. Telecom experts, including Verizon's CTO, have stated that these checks protect network investments and prevent issues like congestion or security risks. However, consumer advocacy groups and critics argue that strict eligibility requirements are anti-consumer, limiting device choices and creating unnecessary barriers for users. A 2026 survey found that 25% of Verizon users have encountered the device not eligible error, and this frustration led to 15% of those users switching to other carriers. According to Verizon's own quarterly reports, 18% of device activation attempts fail due to ineligibility issues, down slightly from previous years, but still a significant concern. Polls of Verizon subscribers show that many view device eligibility requirements as a major annoyance, highlighting the need for better user education and more inclusive policies. The trend is toward more inclusive device policies due to increased competition. Verizon is moving toward AI-assisted eligibility checks. The rise of 5G standalone SA networks has made device eligibility more complex. Experts predict Verizon will fully integrate device eligibility into its ecosystem via partnerships, potentially using blockchain for IMEI verification. Ultimately, the frequency of this error is expected to decline as networks evolve, with a move toward universal compatibility standards.